Hi, it's Jackleen. Happy full moon or almost full moon, depending on when you're watching this. I'm talking about the full moon on February 12th, which is tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 11th. No minute like the last minute. It is a Leo full moon, which means we're going to get lots of drama, theatrics, and crazy talk. So, not like we haven't been having a lot of that and a lot of ups and downs. We're going to get a little bit more. And the reason for this is the chart of any lunation, full or new moon, traps kind of all the planets where they are in sort of a dream weaver, or how you want to say it, a dream catcher, excuse me. And that sort of resonates for the next couple of weeks. And what we get on this full moon is a T square between the sun and moon, because in a full moon, of course, the sun and moon are opposed to each other, and Uranus, which is the planet of disruption, kind of protest, revolution, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to see a lot more uprising. We're going to see a lot more people standing up for their rights against corporations, against the government, and what's going on politically right now. So you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to see people leaving their corporate jobs too. I may talk about that when we get into one of these other transits here. But it's going to be a really interesting time. And, we are cursed with living in interesting times. But this full moon, I think, is going to set off some sparks. And so you want to be as mindful as possible. When that full moon comes in, I mentioned at 5:53 a.m. on February 12th, I will probably be lying down in Shavasana, getting ready for my yoga class. And that's a good way, that or meditation or just sleep, but as early as you can in the morning of the 12th, maybe do a little meditation for peace in your life, and then just kind of see that going out into the greater world, because we are in for a wild ride. Mercury is conjunct the sun in Aquarius. Again, Mercury's at 26 degrees Aquarius. The sun is at 24, so very close together. And so Mercury's going to be involved in this too. It's a time of very powerful communications, but you kind of have to have your BS filter on, because a lot of it will be performative. Whether we're talking about out there in the global news arena, or in your workplace, or in your relationships, some of it will be very performative. Leo is a very performative sign, and there you've got Mercury right there, right next to the sun, loves to be on stage, just like Leo personalities, right? And then, excuse me, in Aquarius, but the full moon, excuse me, the moon is in Leo, so 24 degrees Leo is the where the moon is, but we have the opposite over here in Aquarius. So we've got this Leo Aquarius dynamic, and that's the me, we kind of push pull. Aquarius is we. Aquarius is the masses, groups of people, the community, whereas Leo is me, 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 me. It doesn't have to be that. It's certainly, that's the lower side of Leo. Leo can be wonderfully generous and giving. And one of the things I wrote on my Patreon the other day is to do little anonymous acts of giving, these random acts of kindness that no one will find out about. That's going to do your heart good. Leo is the sign that is ruled by the heart, or that rules the heart. And then again, Aquarius is all about this greater good. It's about the people as a whole. So you're going to see a lot of this kind of push-pull, as we have had with politics, but you're also going to see this. What my kind of dream is for this political time that we're in is that it's not so much Republicans versus Democrats, it's the working people, the 99% of people, kind of looking at the corporations and the broligarchy and the big media and saying, wait a minute, right? Like some of the energies that we've been seeing. Pluto just recently moved into Aquarius, and that marked a really changing time for us. I believe that was on the 30th, around the end of December. So it just recently did that, moved into Aquarius, which puts in the spotlight, where is the power? Who has the power right now? Well, the people have the power. It may not look like that. The things that you can do right now will have an impact. But here's what I want to really drive home to you is that we have a nice trine between Mars, which is your passion, your anger, your energy, and Saturn, which is discipline. Like, how are you going to channel that anger, whatever is coming up for you right now about how you want to change the world or how you want to change your own world, your own workplace? It's all in play. That's kind of what's interesting right now. So the last thing you want to think is we're doomed. It's going downhill. No, you want to think, the Pluto return. The United States just recently had its Pluto return. Just recently came out of its Pluto return, and that's something that no person will ever have, because a Pluto return happens every 248 years. And the last time Pluto was there was when this country was born. And that's the transform or die aspect. And I'm optimistic. It's taken me a long time to get optimistic, because I always say I'm a recovering Capricorn, right? I live now by my Virgo moon, but I'm optimistic that it's transformation. We just kind of have to go through this period of disunity and then coming back together, and what makes us strong as a group, as a community, as individuals. So community and group focus right now. Who are your neighbors? Who are the people that are around you? Who are your friends? Basically, Aquarius is the sign of friends. And again, we've got this Aquarius Leo dichotomy. And so it's and I see that kind of as the oligarchy, or the people that have so much money but only want more, versus people that are just trying to make a decent life, right? Or even, just to come up to that next level. So that's kind of what's coming up looking at this chart. It's going to be very, very interesting. Speak out against whatever you feel is injustice, and go within before you make judgments, because some of this stuff is going to be very performative. Like I said, I'm talking about across the board. Is there going to be relief? Yes. I peeked ahead at the new moon chart of February 27th, and that chart looks amazing. But we just have to get through these next 2 weeks. Try not to watch too much news. Get your news filtered through good people that you trust. That's kind of what I do now. I've kind of gone away from the corporate media. So, and I take periodic news breaks. I figure if something's that important, someone will tell me about it, right? Put your phone away for a while. Do some meditation. You being the one who's watching this in your group of co-workers, friends, maybe even family, probably family, you're the one that's probably going to be helping other people get centered. You're the one that needs to really keep your own center in the middle of all this. People can be real cranky around a full moon, and that can last. I've been feeling it already a couple of days, a couple of days before and a couple of days after, but we're carrying this energy for the next couple of weeks. So we've got some conjunctions here. One of the conjunctions I want to talk about is Neptune and Venus, which is really nice, right in time for Valentine's Day. Neptune at its best can be the planet of unconditional love, healing, and then, Venus is love. It's love and money, but it's primarily a love planet. They're in different signs. Venus is now in Aries. Make that move. Ask that person that you're interested in. Start up a conversation if you're single. Have that conversation that you want to have if you're in a partnership, but make sure you're coming at it from really nonviolent communication standpoint, because a lot can be taken the wrong way around a full moon. But nonetheless, it's all about the throat chakra and speech. We're talking about that conjunction I was telling you about before between Aquarius and in Aquarius, between Mercury and the Sun. So say what you need to say about your business, about what it is you're here to do in this lifetime. Writing is favored. Any kind of communications is favored. We are going to go into a Mercury retrograde in about a month, so heads up on that. So get some of these things done, particularly because it's a full moon. You want to get rid of stuff, right? You want to let go of things that are no longer serving you. And this can be anything from habits to, you can go on calorie restriction program, or you can do whatever it is that you feel is going to help you eliminate, reduce, cut back, declutter your house. I keep saying I'm going to do that. Maybe this full moon is the time. Um, so that's a good thing. We've got yeah, I think I've talked about all the conjunctions here. I do like that. Get things in order. That's what Saturn wants, because we've got Saturn and Mars in a nice trine, and it's the only trine we have. Basically, everything is either opposition or square. We have one sextile between Pluto and, oh, that's what I was going to talk about, transforming relationships. So between Pluto and Venus. And so think about all your relationships and how do you want to change them, or even transform them? What are some things that you can do to make the relationship better? Because your relationship with any person is either going to get better or worse, right? And so what are some of the things that you want to do to improve that, to improve communications, first of all, whatever it may be? This is a good time to put those things in place. So actually got some really nice aspects to Venus. The caveat of what I had mentioned before, Neptune and Venus so close together, is that those rose-colored glasses. So I would say that if you've got a new suitor that's just saying and doing all the right things, really check into your gut, into your intuition, and say, okay, what am I feeling underneath all this? Okay, and that can be done with anything. What's the underlying feeling? Trust yourself more than you trust the other person right now, particularly if you're in the early stages of dating, or you're dating around, or trying to figure out what someone's intentions are. My advice is to just kind of chill. I know there's a lot of really kind of sexy energy around a full moon that would have you move faster than maybe is advisable here. So I would just say chill, do as much chilling as you can during this time. That's just my advice around this full moon, because it is a crazy one. We're gonna see some crazy stuff happen. A lot of it's gonna get walked back. A lot of it's really not gonna happen. So again, don't fly into outrage just yet. Fly into action though. Definitely fly into action about anything that you feel concerned about, anything that's affecting your community, people that are vulnerable, people that 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 it may affect. Certainly, I would say be active in your community, however that sits with you, however that resonates with you. Yeah, hold on there for the next couple of weeks, because we're going to have a great new moon, and then we're going to kind of go into the morass again, because around the Ides of March, not only are we going to have a full moon on the day that Mercury goes retrograde, that's March 14th, but we're going to have a lot of other crazy stuff too. We're talking about Uranus. That's not over. So we're gonna see more with that. We're gonna see more of the outer planets making some interesting changes here. We've already seen that, but it's just the time to chill as much as you can. Do some of the things that really excite you purpose-wise. Again, we've got this North Node and Neptune conjunction. So it's like, do what your heart wants you to do. You're being called. So listen to that. Go into meditation. Do mindful things such as yoga or walking. Take little breaks so that your brain can kind of have those Einstein moments. There's a lot of wonderful ideas floating around right now. You want to write a book, you want to launch a new program or launch your own business. These things are so favored right now, particularly those in the healing arts and the arts. So how can you be creative? That's going to help a lot too. But yeah, take a little break from the news, chill out. It's not all that terrible. There are a few things that you'll definitely want to address. You'll want to take action on, but for the most part, pick your battles, take care of yourself, and have a great couple of weeks. This is my new YouTube channel, so if you like this video, they will get better. This is kind of the no frills version, just starting out. Give it a like or a subscribe. That would be wonderful. And I will talk to you around the new moon.